Maryland, and it was automatically put on my mom. My mom had to take care of my grandmother. My mom had to make sure my grandmother got to her appointments and that her bills were paid and all the other stuff. Sorry, y'all, and all that other stuff. And when my mom was like, I can't do this no more, somebody has to come and get her, who did it go to? Her sister. Her sister was responsible. You know what I'm saying? Now that my mom is retired and has trouble seeing, all three of, well, I can't physically take care of her, but she lives with my sister. And when my sister needs a break, my brother in Georgia takes her. When I get back on my feet and get my own place, all three of us will be taking care of her because we're not putting my mom in no home. We're just not doing that.
I don't know what happened.
When y'all talk about mothers being jealous of their daughters, it's really prevalent. And I'm Latina, right? But my mother literally put me out the house when I was 13 years old, and then being slick with it because they tried to report her. She said, after they tried to say, like, you can't abandon your child, she said, oh no, she ran away. I didn't run away. She threw me out. Why? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because men was starting to notice me. Men was talking about, oh, how beautiful I was. Like, it's my fault that I was 34, 22, 38, 39. Okay? Like, that's not my fault that I was stacked and packed and I was dragging a wagon. That's not my fault. I didn't ask for all of that. But the men notice all of that. No, about shit. Oh, your daughter beautiful. You know what my mother say when someone tell her daughter beautiful? Oh, you should have seen me when I was her age. Right. Why I bring a man home? She knew I was 14 years old dating a 23-year-old man, and all she want to do is flirt with my boyfriend. Why I bring man home and my mother is over there in my boyfriend's mouth? So, like, at the end of the day, it really happens so prevalent, and I see it all the time, where the mom is in competition with the daughter, and my mother literally got rid of each one of us as soon as we was of an age where we was being noticed. My other sister, she put out when she was 15. My other sister, she put out when she was 14. It's a pattern, right? Because she have her own insecurities. But then, God forbid, something happened to us. I seen a video other day where the girl was saying something about the man hitting on her. The mother was saying to her how she took her husband. How did your child take your husband? How you mad at your daughter for doing something like this? These children are being preyed upon and no one gives a damn. So I'm very proud of you young women who are sitting there saying, like, I'm not about to have your big-headed ass babies. I'm not about to destroy my education for you. Because when I was 18 and got pregnant, I thought that was my only option. So I gave up everything. I gave up a modeling career that I had set up with a sponsorship in California and a cross-country trip to have babies. And I sat home and I raised babies and was married for 16 years. And I'm here to tell y'all that trad wife shit is bullshit. The only person that benefit is those men. Because when at the end of the day, he still end up messing around with a 14-year younger white woman behind my back. So don't sit there and give yourself. I gave everything to him and those children, and you want to know something? They give nothing in return, and I have to rebuild my life by myself. So y'all go ahead and stand 10 toes down and do what makes y'all happy and fuck what they say. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean to cuss. I'm sorry. My bad.
You're okay. It is almost 100 people in the room. Can y'all make sure that y'all are tapping the screen? Everybody power tap my box real quick so we can get up to 30K. Make sure that y'all are hitting the gift goal that's at the bottom. You see them perfumes? Hit that, okay? Make sure y'all gifting the panel and welcome to the garden. Who wanted to talk? Was it Jordy or Jay? I see you unmuted.
I can talk to Jay again.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say real quick that perception is a thing. Like how we are perceived is a thing. And I think one thing that we kind of miss in these situations, and I agree completely with what everybody's saying in reference to the girls and stuff, but I keep hearing the question asked, like, I don't understand why the boys aren't getting as much. Is because the boys don't reflect the mistakes that they're making, right? When you have a teenager that gets pregnant, that's on the parents. That's on your parenting. That means, where were you at when this happened? What exactly were you doing when this happened? And that girl has to walk around for 9 months where people can see that the parents did something. They missed a step somewhere. And shit happens, you know what I'm saying? So, how you're perceived is a big thing for especially older people. The flex up in our community is really ridiculous, and it's always been that way with keeping up with the Joneses and who thinks what our status is in the community, and getting a teenage girl pregnant, no matter what the situation is, people see that. Like that is the kind of poster child for the mistake. And even though it's wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like it instead of them taking accountability for what they weren't doing in the situation, it's easier to blame someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like a famous songwriter said, do whatever you got to do to take the blame off of you. And that's what they do. And it's unfortunate that it's happening to teenage girls, it's really unfortunate. And I think also, I think we talk about the technical things of SMEX and stuff like that. But I think that the more important conversation that we all miss is just the feelings. Like when you hit puberty and stuff, them special spots start to feel away. And they start to do shit that they wasn't doing before. And so if you don't know how to understand that and manage that, which is something that as you grow older, you learn, you learn how to control those urges and stuff like that. And, that's hard as a teenage girl coming into that and knowing that society tells you that it's gonna be, don't dress this way, don't do these things, don't show off your body or don't dress comfortably or whatever, because it'll be your mistake, it'll be your fault for whatever happens, next. And so trying to manage that along with managing all of these new feelings and stuff that you're feeling, it's difficult. And I think it's a difficult conversation to have for somebody that's hard. It's hard for adults to be like, oh, that's making me feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's hard to have those kind of conversations, those specific conversations with your kids. But I think that you have to, because I think that's where the mistake is happening at. Like you say, it's peer pressure. That shit feel good. A boy start touching you in the right spots. That shit feel good. And it go too far. And, not really understanding, that even you might understand that you can get pregnant from doing this, but you don't understand that when those feelings is feeling good, it's hard to pull out a stop or whatever the case is. So I just think that fixing, our notion of, as Black people in our community, the caring what other people think and being afraid of taking accountability for where we misstepped in the situation and trying to fix that misstep. We just kind of blame it on the girl, and that shit's wrong.
Thank you. Go ahead, Jordy.
What I will say about having a little brother, that's what we about. I'm 22, he's 14. The way my mom does stuff differently with him, oh boy, it makes me look and I'm like, I ain't get to go out and do this when I was young. I ain't get to have like friends over. I ain't get to do X, Y, and Z. And when I talked to her about it as I'm older, she was like, well, I softened up. What you mean you softened up? Like I had it so, I guess you can call it sheltered as a kid. So when I got out into the real world, I went crazy. And I feel like that's like the one thing they don't want. But then you like did not let me experience so much. And when I try to talk about it now, that's like one of the hardest conversations to have, because I don't want to come off as bitter or jealous of my little brother. Like I'm not. I love to do to death. That's my baby. I would literally go to war for him. But I don't like the stuff that my parents do when it comes to me and him. Like I've never understood the difference in how we were raised, and I've seen that in other households. Like with my exes, I seen he was the oldest of four younger siblings. They did so much stuff differently with him as the older kid, and then said, "Oh well, we learned with you." I would never understand, and maybe because I'm still young, but I can never understand treating the younger or a different, to me, I feel like it's a boy thing too. He's a boy, so it's two different. That's why I'm bringing this up. I would never understand treating your daughter and your son differently. Like, make sure they know the same stuff. Make sure you kind of not. He ain't got to go through all the hard stuff I went through, but he just not getting it, and he got like one of the nastiest attitudes because he a Gemini, but. Maybe that's why his attitude's so bad. But I know I used to get popped for having an attitude, okay? This boy can get away with everything. I would never understand that. But for the parents, please listen to y'all kids when they come to express stuff to y'all. That's like the biggest thing, that when my kids come to me, I'm going to fully listen to whatever they have to say. But that's all. That's just on my heart.
I just wanted to say to Jordy, listen, I don't know, maybe it is a boy girl thing, right? My two youngest kids is 14 years apart, right? I got pregnant my first baby when I was 18. My last baby, I was in my 30s. My daughter, my older daughter, always tell my younger daughter, "Oh, you lucky, because she would have knocked my teeth out by now if you would have kept arguing," right? But I have had to apologize to my adult children because I was a baby having babies. So I'm not making, I don't know your situation, Jordy, but just to give you a little comfort maybe, sometimes it's because like when I was 18, I'm not the same. If I don't grow by the time I'm in my 30s from 18, and I apologize to my oldest boy. I tell him, I go, "I am so sorry that you was my practice child." And we've had these conversations, but they also understand. See, so the problem is though, an apology without adjusted behavior is manipulation. I apologize to them, but I also now am aware of certain things that I was not aware of when I raised them. We didn't deal with mental health. You go ahead, you go to church and pray. You having problem? You sad? Go pray. You're gonna go pray. Go talk to your pastor, your priest, whoever. Go pray, right? So I had to apologize to my adult children. There came a point in time, and needless to say, when my younger daughter had to go to therapy and I had to put her in counseling. My older kids then video chat me, and the little shits made me cry right before work. So they was like, "Mommy, we just want you to know that we see how hard you're trying to give her some support, and we want you to know that we're really proud of you for making these advances and these moves, and we are here to support you too." So it comes a point in time where sometimes not necessarily that we care for them differently or more. And again, I can't speak for yours. I can only speak for mine. In my instance, it was I just didn't know better. But once I knew better, it was my job to do better. And if you don't do better after you know better, then that's when you're really you're not doing right by your kids. So yeah, we have to take accountability, the older generation, for the stuff that we put onto our kids. Like, "Oh, I went through it, you be alright." Nah, just because you went through it don't mean your kids have to go through it too. So yeah, I'm not telling you to what to do with your life, but maybe to give you a little bit of comfort that maybe it's not because of you, maybe it's because they cannot acknowledge that they fucked up.
That's true. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like I said, I think my biggest thing is an apology, or like for her to actually see, because it just feel like sometimes she don't see it when I bring it up, and I'm like I said, I'm older now, so I kind of voice stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of different, but I don't know. But you're right. I do pray about it, and I do talk to like my grandma and stuff about it, because it's just hard for me to understand.
And can we hold on, y'all? I'm sorry. Can we get back to when our daughters and our sons start dating people, that we go and we meet these parents and not wait until something happen, like somebody get pregnant, to meet them? Okay? Because like the garden already knows, my baby girl's been dating her boyfriend. It'll be 3 years this November. I went and I met his parents, love his parents down, and they love me. Okay. So I know for a fact that when she go over there, because his parents were young when they had him, they were both 19. There ain't no going hanging up upstairs in his bedroom. Okay. They got to stay downstairs in the living room where everybody can see him watching TV. Okay. Same thing over here with mine. They ain't going upstairs hanging out in no bedroom. They gotta stay downstairs and watch TV so everybody can see them. Okay, I think that's what we need to get back to. We need to get back to meeting these parents, see where their heads is at. Do they dating? Because as for me, I know there's a couple boys I dated. My mom didn't like them, and she voiced her opinion. When you voice your opinion, I don't know about nobody else, but it makes you dig 10 toes down into staying with them before you see the red flags. But pull them aside and tell them, listen, I don't think this is a good fit, but you know what? It's not my life. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta see it for yourself. Unless it's something crazy like DV, then you step in as a parent and handle that. But like I'm saying, we got to start meeting these parents and figuring out what, like, where their moral compass is with these kids. Whether you got a boy or a girl, you need to go meet these parents and talk to them and get to know them and have a rapport with them.
So Tracy, I gotta ask a real question. Do you think that your daughter and her boyfriend ain't had no sex?
I know they haven't had sex because I have that relationship with my daughter. She can come and talk to me about anything. She might not go to her father and talk to him, but she always comes and talks to me. And me and his mom have talked about it because where they gonna have sex at, Rose? They can't go nowhere to have no sex. If they in the living room, everybody watching them, they can't have no sex.
So you're telling me that when they're in the living room, they're never ever left alone?
No, they're not left alone. Not at his house. He got a little brother that's 9 that's always up in their business. If they kiss, he running and telling his parents that they kissed. Okay? And the same thing over here at my house. There's too many people downstairs in the living room watching them. They're not hunching nowhere. Now, when they graduate and they turn 18, if they want to do that, by then there's nothing we can do because they will both be, well, he'll be 18. My baby girl won't be 18 until next July. They go out on dates, but one of us is with them when they go out. Like if they go to the movies or something, like he's not, like they might go up the street to the Wawa. They not hunching up the street for the Wawa, especially when I got Life 360 on her and she got Life 360 on him. They there too long. We wanted to know what the hell's going on.
She said she got the low jack on them babies.
Now, Miss Tracy, I just told y'all that my son made his baby while at school.
Do they go to the same school, Tracy?
Yes, they do go to the same school.
That's where they do that.
All right now. My niece is a bird. My niece is a B word now. Cut it the fuck out.
I'm not saying it's their her baby out here doing it. I'm just saying, believe it's a place. If
the
you
hell
want to
out.
find a place, they don't find a place.
I found
Mute
Tracy.
up.
Let me tell you.
No. Y'all gonna mute up right now. My niece is wholesome just like her auntie, and I'm on mute.
Thank you, Blissful. Thank
Don't
you.
say that.
That's her boyfriend.
You know that you will find a way.
She's wholesome, but that's her boyfriend.
That's her
So
boyfriend.
She gonna hunch her boyfriend. That's her boyfriend. She grown. That baby's 16.
That baby is 17 and she not grown.
She's 17.
She hunching.
Rose, your aunt, your niece is not grown.
Tracy.
I'm not grown.
Wait a minute, hold on for a second. Tell Aunt Rose what you just said.
I'm not grown. I'm saying.
You heard that, right? She said she's not grown.
Okay,
Rose, she said you throw her under the bus.
Being able to do something and not being able to do something because I'm not.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah, you sure want to say that? Leave her alone. Go on, baby.
I'm gonna leave her alone. As soon as she said it, I'm gonna leave her alone.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave her alone.
Auntie baby, cause auntie baby
I
is
already know the
perfect.
answer. I heard it. I already heard it.
In her voice.
My baby is perfect. She ain't never did nothing. She just like her. She just like her auntie.
Say you ruining her fun. No, I'm not. I'm just being the fuck honest. Her mama been in her teens before. Her mama know the reality.
Yes, but her mama also didn't lose her virginity until she was 19.
That's fine.
That just be, listen, just whenever you have a pool, you should make sure your kids know how to swim.
I was the first
swim,
one.
baby.
I was the first one in my circle to lose my virginity, but I was the last one to have a baby. And I graduated from
When she
school.
was 16, and I put that thing in her arm that go for 3 years. I said, now if you get pregnant, you're going to be a grown-ass woman when you do. Because that thing lasts for 3 years, 16 to 19. When I tell y'all the second she took it out, she got pregnant. The second she took it out.
All I'm saying is them
But
bleachers,
losing one
them
bitch
bleachers hold weight.
forever.
You feel me? That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is them bleachers.
There's a
She she goes to a
All I'm
technical
saying is that
school.
one room that don't have a camera in it.
That's just it. Her
That's the
school,
spot.
her school got cameras all over. There ain't too much they can do.
Always away. I went to a school that had cameras everywhere, and there was
She just told women. She just told me the top row of their auditorium is blocked off now because people were going up there hunching.
Did she go up there? Did she go up there?
No, she didn't go up there
How can you say how she knew?
People I know. Oh my goodness.
because she got friends. She had. Wait a minute. Now
I have friends who have friends.
she has friends who do have sex. Her and her boyfriend are not having sex.
Her friend got boyfriends.
Leave that baby
Some
alone.
other-
She said she not doing it. Leave that baby alone.
Staying after school. If she's staying after school, it's over with.
No, she does not
Y'all
stay after
terrible.
school.
Y'all
No,
over
she
here
does not.
blowing up the baby spot. The baby that's over there in my life.
I'm done.
Right? Okay,
That's
so
hilarious.
I done got that girl in trouble. Shit.
You didn't get her in trouble.
Punishment for nothing. She ain't even did nothing. She gonna get in
All
trouble.
I'm saying is,
She not getting in trouble. She is
have
a
you
good-
taught her- Okay, so look, have you at least taught her how to use the condom?
Yeah.
You taught her how to put it on?
Yes.
Just sit here and function.
Does she know that she can get a Plan B at Planned Parenthood for free?
Wait a minute. Let me tell you, okay, how not to put all her business out there. She has really bad periods, right? And the doctor wanted to put her on birth control, right? And I was all for it.
Suggested it.
He suggested it. I was all for it. Her father
My father. My father didn't even know.
and her stepmother didn't want to put her on it because she was dating the boyfriend at the time, and they thought that was going to encourage her to have
I'm
sex.
still dating that.
Well,
And she's still dating women, and she's still dating that boyfriend,
There's still no sex.
and there's still no sex.
Do you know? But you know what?
That
That's true. What you're saying.
anyone
Do you know
tell
how many
baby
times
girl
I
that
heard
after
that?
the age of 12, she don't have to disclose her medical records to her parents about birth control? I'm just saying on the off chance.
But what she's saying, I've heard so many people say that, like, you putting them on birth control, you giving them the okay to go and do it. That's not, that don't mean I'm giving you the okay to do it, but I'm just being smart about it. Like, we know people gonna do what they do. But I've heard a lot of people say, I'm not putting my kids on, my daughter on birth control because you just tell her she can go out there and do it.
Well, I
Like,
said,
I don't know why
clout
people
chaser,
think
if
like
you got
that.
a pool, you better make sure your kids know how to swim, even if they're not supposed to be in the water.
Somebody
Right.
sent me a cash up and said, Rose, stop cock blocking.
No, they didn't. Y'all is
No,
terrible.
they did not.
Oh my God.
Y'all is bad.
Yes, like-
Whoever sent that was bad.
She better be over there fast
It was
talking
bad, but it was funny though.
This why I ain't ready to have kids now, y'all, because I be hearing it, I be seeing it, I be feeling it. I'm gonna shut up though. All right. All I'm saying is, oh, never mind. All right. Hey, Throw Slayer. I ain't gonna say nothing else. All right, they told me shut my fat ass up. I'm gonna shut my fat ass up. I'm gonna shut it. So what other blind spots is in the damn high school? Tracy, ask my niece what other blind spots is in the high school.
All the aunties applying pressure to the poor baby.
Yeah, she listen.
Wait a minute. She said. You said what now?
The bathroom that's always locked.
The bathroom
At
is
least
always
in my
locked.
School, the auditorium, the bathroom near the auditorium was always closed because people would have sex in there because it's the biggest bathroom. As you saw, you've been in there before.
So the bathroom near the auditorium,
The top of the auditorium.
the top of the auditorium.
They have mirrors in the stairwells now because behind the stairs is a blind spot.
Oh, you heard that right? There's mirrors in the stairwell now because now there's blind spots behind the stairs.
You get in that school.
I'm telling you right now, there's a spot that
Pretty
they
much every corner of the hallway because people.
What's the spot they haven't caught yet? It's
Right.
usually
But y'all stay in the building the whole time?
Mute up. It's usually like close to like the drama room. That's where
That's the auditorium. That's the auditorium because we're all right. Her technical school has what was it? Performing arts program in it for the kids. So
like a backstage.
what?
There's a backstage and a dressing room.
Is there cameras back? There's no cameras back there, right?
Because it's a dressing room.
I
They
think
can't put no cameras in there.
there's one in the big
always
hallway,
unlocked.
but it's a dressing room, so there's no cameras.
Yeah, there's no. It probably them drama kids is probably getting it in. I'm telling you that right now. But my daughter's in cosmetology, so there you go.
That don't mean nothing. Because my ass was in motherfucking healthcare. I found out with a room.
All the kids getting it in.
Closet that just don't happen to always be the fuck unlocked. Rose found her
Rose, stop
ass.
your shit.
Do you see Bliss? Wait a minute. Do you see Blissful looking at you right now because you talking about her niece?
So who owned the class, but I was in that classroom when the teacher wasn't there. All I'm saying is she know the place.
I was a cosmetologist too. So
Donnie
what are
got
you
fired out.
freaking saying? So what are you saying? Huh?
Y'all got it. I can't with y'all.
What's that scent you got on you? What's that? What's that? You know, it tends to linger. What's it linger? It tends to linger when you've left the space. Well, I didn't know that. That's because you left the space. What you call that? Kin to oil. Sonny! You ever heard of kin to oil? If y'all don't get the reference.
They in the comments, Rose. They down in the comments telling them
If you don't
themselves.
get the reference, I don't know what to tell you.
Rose,
It's
they in the
okay,
comments telling them
Sonny.
themselves. They in there talking about the back of the bus, the ISS classroom, behind the outside trailers.
Girl, they down there telling all
I
the
was playing. I was playing with the ISS.
Couldn't let it go. I had to know what it was. There's a place that the teachers ain't found yet, and she said the place.
They have senior. Do they let the seniors have senior parking? Do the seniors get to park their cars in the parking lot?
Anybody who has a driver's license has a parking spot there. But there's cameras all out there too in the parking lot.
That doesn't stop.
All right.
Go ahead, tell Aunt Rose what you just said.
And that doesn't stop anybody. People have had sex in that parking lot multiple times.
Okay, you talking to a teen mother?
One of them, I know her. One time, my friend Liam looked over.
I want to hear about Leah. She beautiful. Fuck up.
Baby, what happened? Go ahead.
Do you really want the first thing on your breath in the morning to be pussy? Is that what you want?
Did you hear that?
Is that what you want? It's 8 a.m. Go to class. Go to class.
Y'all see why I say she not having anything? You see what she said? She said the first thing on your breath at 8 a.m. should not be you know what. Go to
Is
class.
that really what you want? Like,
Not only.
really? That's what you want?
Why she
Immaculate,
over
my
there near
baby
them
is not
spots? That's my
hunching.
question.
Because
Why
that's
she
where
over
the
there near
bus
them
is let off. The
spots?
bus
So
the
I got a
bus
question.
is
I got
let
a
off
question,
in the
right?
same parking spot where they park at.
So I got a question for your daughter. So I have a question. I got a real ass question because you know we you close
Hold
to
on,
age.
hold on, I got my earpiece on. Hold on 1
I
second.
don't have time to have sex because my boyfriend drives me to school. What's he doing? What's he gonna do?
Drive her to school.
Oh yeah.
Don't say nothing. Don't
Rose,
say nothing.
go ahead and
Don't
say whatever you had to
Don't
say.
say nothing. Y'all don't say a word because when they talk, listen. Okay. So This is good to me. This is good to me. I don't even think I need to ask.
Go ahead.
Okay, so friend, now me and you close to age now, right? I want you to be honest with yourself. Is you going when you decide to hunt your boyfriend, is you gonna go talk to your mama about you hunching? Like you gonna go be like, yeah, mom, so I'm thinking about hunching. It's on this day. We planned it on this time. Is you
I
really
think if I was gonna be safe about it, I think I would tell her.
I mean, you already had conversations about sex, which means that you probably know where the condom's at. You know how to put a condom on. So what conversations you gonna have?
Her no, in case something bad happens. Help.
That's like what?
Like the condom don't work anymore. Like that.
The condom don't work.
I'm leaving. Rose, you done made my baby mad. I'm gonna have to hear about this tonight when she come home. Hold on.
Tracy, that little girl ain't finna tell you a motherfucking thing. If something go wrong, that's when you gonna hear that she did something. If something don't go wrong, she in there like somewhere.
That's it. She enjoying your life, man. That's what's gonna happen.
Woo! Ain't
If
nobody
nobody
judging
else
you, though.
believe you, I believe
Ain't
you.
nobody judging you, niece. We ain't judging you, niece. We ain't judging you. It's lighthearted, I swear. We ain't judging you. Just hunch responsibly, okay? Keep using that condom. He said that he don't like it. Keep using the condom. I don't care if he said he want to try it one time without it. Keep using the fucking condom. Hey, don't fold. I don't care how much you love him. Don't fold. Don't fucking
Well,
fold.
she is a Leo with that attitude, so
I already heard it in her voice. I know what's happening.
she a Leo with that attitude.
Listen, she's responsible. She gonna be responsible.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. She telling all them friends that know the spot. She telling them. She giving them pointers.
He took
So wait a minute. So I wanted.
your boyfriend took his condom off?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you this right now, cause she just left. So her best friend dates my nephew, right?
They fucking.
Wait a minute. No, they're not. But her best friend dates my nephew, right? Mm-hmm. So she said when I had y'all on mute, she said that if her best friend didn't have the IUD, that she would probably be pregnant by now. Because of all the hunching she doing. She see everybody around her hunching, and she don't want to be in that position. Number one. Number two, she didn't already had I've already had the conversation with her about my mom being a teen mom, having me, and then her boyfriend's mom being a teen mom, having him. She not trying to do that. My child wants to be married by the time she's 23. And she keeping that on lock until she get married.
Trace.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I know my baby's not having no sex.
She doing a good job. Keep Miss Tracy. She doing a good job.
Thank you.
Because Rose was starting and bopping. We're not gonna let her put that on my knees.
Let me tell y'all something, right? I'm gonna be
Satilicious.
and I ain't trying to bust no bubbles, and I mean this with love when I'm saying this. I heard it in her responses. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because I was doing shit with girls, which I knew was dead the fuck wrong at my time. So the responses are responses that I gave and said the same things coming from a Christian household as an only child with strict ass parents who did the same shit. And I found a way to get it in. And I did it at school. So I'm telling you, when I asked her where the locations was at, she tried to make it seem like one none because they locked off. I said, where's the ones that the teachers ain't found yet? And she told you about 4 of them. And the doors are unlocked.
Miss Host, you ain't mean to bust no bubbles, but you pulled out a whole spear and started popping.
My thing is this, like, and it, for real, I know that I probably could have said something to my parents, but at the same time, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't be of fear because you didn't held yourself to a certain expectation and standard for your parents, and your parents are proud that you've held this certain standard. So you're gonna be, you're almost gonna feel like you're a disappointment if you go and tell them Yeah, by the way, I died for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because when I started, I didn't tell my mom I was having sex until I was 21, and I started having sex at 19. I get it. That's why I have that open communication with her. Like I said, we have an open we have open communication, but her and her father don't.
I'm gonna tell you what gave it away for me, right? One thing that gave it away for me was him taking her to school. That was one. The second thing, him taking her to school, and her response was, "We don't have time for that. My boyfriend takes me to school." Okay. The second thing that she didn't have to say that, right? Mm-hmm. When you lying, you give unsolicited information. Feel me? So the second thing that told on her was she said something. We asked her something about hunching, and her response, the inflection in her tone, and like the shyness and almost embarrassment, I knew that she had did that shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be the fuck honest. I'm being honest. I heard it. I heard her ass done hunched before. And then
I'm talking shit to Rose.
If she didn't go all the way,
and I'm gonna talk.
If she did not go all the way, they didn't play it around. If they didn't go all the way, because I ain't gonna put that, he might have stuck it all the way in type shit. They done played around. All
right, I'll give you that. They might have played around, but I don't think they've actually done the act.
How long they been together? But they have probably gotten very, very close.
How long they been together?
It'll be 3 years in November.
Yeah, they listen. Hello, they fucking. And let me say this, Tracy. Let me say this, Tracy. Can I say this real quick, Tracy? This is me being very, very sincere. I heard it in her voice. She fucking. And listen, fucking. Just listen.
Hold on,
okay,
y'all. I just got back.
Even if she might not be.
Hold on. Can y'all explain to me? Can y'all catch me up real quick? Like somebody 30 seconds. I was talking to a client. What happened? Who y'all talking about?
To Tracy's daughter. We was talking to Tracy said that her daughter ain't hunching. Her daughter's 17 years old, been dating her boyfriend for 3 years. Tracy said that her daughter ain't fucking. We talked to her daughter ourselves just now, and we got different sentiments. Tracy said that her daughter can't fuck nobody because where they gonna fuck at? Because in the house, everybody watching them in both houses. We like, they gonna find a way. Then I was like, do they go on dates? Yes, but their people be at the dates. We like, they'll find a way. I said, do they go to the same school? She said, yes, they go to the same school. I said, that's what they doing that. Then we asked her, where are the school? She talked about the blind spots that was caught, not the blind spots that ain't been caught yet. So then I asked, where are the blind spots that haven't been caught yet? She named about 3-4 of them that haven't been caught, and all of them are in close proximities, like closed spaces. And she know where every last one of them is, and she claimed it's because her friends be doing it, but I know for a fact that has been doing it too. So then when I asked her about like dealing with the nigga,
I know for a fact.
I know for a fact. I feel it in my back. So when I asked her certain shit, like her responses, you know us when we was lying as kids, when we definitely was doing shit we had no business doing, our responses just to make it seem like we're so like, we too good for that. She was doing that. Well, all she had to do was just answer the question direct, but she didn't. Like if you wasn't fucking, you'd be like, no, I ain't did that. And that was it. She was like, no, I ain't did that because this, that happened. And I'm like, nah, because you try to give examples of how the fuck this didn't happen, but it really did happen. And it happened exactly how you said it happened, because when we asked you that boy take you to school, we didn't know the boy took her to school until she brought it up just to try to plead a case that she wasn't fucking him. And she's like, I don't have time to be fucking. It be 8 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody worried about having sex on their breath. Who the fuck asked you that? And then all of a sudden she was like, yeah, and my boyfriend took me to school, so we don't got time for that.
Who said it was gonna be on your breath?
Lord, she gonna be pissed off.
Right, and the breath mean you doing a lot.
Wait a minute, listen.
Oh my God.
Listen, she didn't already told me she about ready to block me on TikTok, because every time I'm up on Rose's panel, I fly up on her FYP. Rose about ready to get me blocked. I ain't gonna know nothing. Thanks, Rose.
That's fine.
It was a double time recap for me. The double time recap for me, because she literally gave y'all all the information at like triple the speed.
Yeah, and then
I'm the best recapper on this bitch. I just don't do it.
But can y'all see how this girl is going?
I just want to say,
can y'all see how Tracy's daughter is gonna get pissed off with us because she got to ride the school bus this year? Thanks, Rose.
Yeah, thanks, Rose, because her ass is going on the school bus. She not going to school with them no more. Thank you.
Listen, thank you for having this conversation.
Tracy,
you know, it's important to have these conversations, but not take it so, you know, not get so uptight about it. So thank you for doing this, because keeping the conversation light, but you know, being serious about it at the same time. But yeah, that girl,
Tracy.
Hold on, Tracy. Don't make her ride that fucking school bus. Because here's the reality. Your daughter is trying to appeal to you because she doesn't want to disappoint you. And the fact that your statement, even if you was being lighthearted and saying it just to say it, the fact that she doesn't want that to happen and doesn't want you to be disappointed in her is to why she hasn't been able to tell you that her and that little boy been hunting.
But I've told her before that she can never do anything that would make me disappointed in her. Nothing.
Kids, we kids.
And I know that. But that's why every morning. All right, so
let her go to school with her boyfriend at 8 in the morning.
And I tell her that because for the longest time, my child had an issue with identifying who she is because she's mixed. Okay. So from a very young age, I had to teach her that she was Italian and she was African American, right? For the longest time, she couldn't decipher which one she was until she was about 3 or 4 years old. She was at my brother's house, and my niece at the time was about 14. She was FaceTiming a friend, right? And the little girl goes, "Oh, who's the pretty little white girl in the background?" And my daughter turned around and said, "I'm not white, I'm black." Okay, so with that, her, you know what I mean, and I don't know, just all that BS that me and her father have gone through. Y'all know, the garden knows. Everybody who's been on the panel knows the BS I go through with my ex-husband with her. But the simple fact of the matter is, I reiterate to her every day how beautiful she is. That she could never do anything to disappoint me. And I know she probably in the back of her mind is probably saying, well, if I do this, I might disappoint my mom. But even if she was to come to me tonight and go, okay, mom, Rose and them was right. We have been, I'm not going to look at her any different. And I'm going to go, okay, so let's take these steps and these measures to protect you so you don't become a teen mom. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to shame her at all. Never, because my mom would have never shamed me.
So I'll say this, right? Because she's not gonna tell you. I'm gonna be 100. She's not gonna tell you because I've been her age. I'm very close to that age. She's not going to tell you, because I was definitely doing a whole lot of shit. I was messing with a whole lot of girls on the bus, off the bus, at school, not at school. I was doing a whole lot of wild ass shit. Okay, my fingers was active. Hear me? Okay, so I'm just saying. And I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19 by a male, okay? But I was active with the bitches, all right? So I'm going to say this.
Me too, girl. I was hunching and scissoring in 6th grade. Sure was. Me and her, we was getting down.
So I'm saying this. My little pink things work, all right? So all I'm going to say is this, right? Don't make her stop her routine with her little boyfriend because it's clearly working and she's obviously she's not dumb. I don't see her getting the damn pregnant, right? I don't see that. She seemed to me like she gonna stand on business like, nigga, hey, all right. Like it seemed like it give like, all right, we having fun, but nigga, not too much.
Yeah, she do sound like she was raised right for sure. I agree with that. She not finna let him play her.
No, she not.
Now I'll say this, right? Take her ass to a clinic and tell the mom that y'all should make it a date where they both go to the clinic together, so that it instills that should be a thing that she does, even if they don't work out in the future. That we should go to the clinic together and see what the fuck going on. And at that point, we know that they're good. Y'all,
let me say this as a mother of two girls as well, 2 girls and a son. I thought I just knew my youngest girl was not so-called hunter. I just knew she wasn't, and she came back to me pregnant. And you know, it definitely happens. Like, you know, you could be as strong as you think, you know, and talk as much as you want. Well, at the end of the day, all we could do is talk to our kids as much as possible and hope that something sticks. And you know, we all make mistakes. We cannot, you know, kill these kids for, you know, making mistakes because we know we did as well, and just hope that something sticks. Try to change it up, try to change up the process, but at the end of the day, kids are gonna do what they want, and the people and their surroundings, and you can't keep them locked in all forever for life. You just gotta hope that something sticks. That's it. Like
Take their ass to the clinic and then take them somewhere fun, so they don't feel like they're in trouble.
Throat slayer, no thank you.
Introduce
No
toys to
thank
high
you,
school.
throat slayer.
wow, wow, damn.
What's up? What's up, super crazy?
My stomach, first of all, my stomach hurt. I just wanted to say I worked in a community health center. I ain't trying to be serious, but y'all are killing me. Okay, I'm being serious. This little girl, she was like 14 or 15. She came in, they thought she had like strep throat. I don't remember which one it was, but it was either chlamydia or gonorrhea in her throat. In her throat. So they need to understand that even if they're not actually giving up their V card, if they put in a mouth on people, they need to also
That's
be
right.
careful. Because I will never forget that, because like I didn't even know what to do. Because I was like, I can't bring her mother back here. I cannot bring her mother back in the room. But also, too, to anyone who is listening in the chat, at the age of 12 years old, your parents are able to no longer have access. And I'm not saying this for you, Tracy, but I'm saying this for real because I do advocate for young kids to have education and informed decisions. By the age of 12 years old, you can go into any clinic, any Planned Parenthood. You can request to have reproductive and STI health taken care of. You can get STI screenings and birth control and prophylactic protection at the age of 12 without having to give any information to your parents, and for free, y'all. So please be safe out there. And don't get even in your throat, y'all. Even in your throat. So watch where you put your mouth, y'all.
Lighthearted, y'all. I'm being I done stressed out my system. Tracy.
Y'all know I love y'all. Come on now.
I done stressed my sis out. I'm sorry. But
Wait a minute. Listen, I ain't see y'all yesterday because I was sleeping all day and you didn't go live. So I was listen. I'm glad I'm over here today because y'all did me good. My stomach is hurting me right now. Lord Jesus.
For those of y'all who don't know, Rose is live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fridays is our battle days. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and every now and then I might pop up. Okay,
But Rose, the way you're doing it, the way you telling her or whatever, that's why I say this is a good platform. You're not talking at her and like being angry and upset and whatever. She can people can take it in more and understand a little bit better doing it this way, and having everybody being light about it. Like when you're talking at somebody and going so angry and hard, it's like people don't want to listen, and that's when it gets disrespectful and the conversation can go totally left. But this is dope the way you're doing it, so I commend you.
Definitely, it's lighthearted, positive energy for real.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Because it's life. It's just life. We're gonna deal with it.
We all did something. Like, and I hate that. Like when we get older, it's like a part of us. We remember that we did it, but we're trying to implement or take out the wrongs that we did as kids to make sure that our kids don't do it. But that's a part of their growing process. So we can't take away things that make them better. You know what I mean? So I don't want her to be so sheltered on accident. Because the reality is, like, she a lion ass Leo. That little girl, hey, she done touched between them.
I'm a Leo. I'm a July Leo.
Wait a minute. Tracy, she touched that little snake and made it grow. She did. She touched it. She touched that little
She a Leo being raised by a Sagittarius. There you go.
Yeah, listen.
That part.
Listen, she got big Leo energy over there. I saw it.
No, I'm saying because I seen you on the other platform, Miss Lady, and you went hard on my girl Steph. But I understood what you were saying, and I was actually agreeing with you. And in actuality, Steph was agreeing with you. But I think you somewhere the communication got, cross, but she was agreeing with you. You don't know everything, and she does learn a lot. Just being from a friend of hers, she does learn a lot from her kids. You know, that was the girl that had the 7 kids or whatever. But she does learn a lot, and we were talking after that, and okay, you know, you were making a lot of sense, and we learn a lot from, you know, our kids. Like I learned, my girls, I just be like, what, where, they did it, where, like, you know, I thought I was slick growing up. These kids are amazing. So you definitely do learn a lot from, you know, the younger generation. I mean, I'm 51, and I got 3 kids, and and 3 grandkids. I'll just say that 3 grandkids. My son, he doesn't have any kids, you know, or whatever. But my girls, one of them has 2, and the other one has 1, and they taught me a lot. I'm not gonna even lie. They definitely taught me a lot. But we just, like I said, we just gotta support our children, and just, you know. I'm not saying like just let them run over you and do everything they want, and, you know, go crazy, you know, like, and be disrespectful in your home or whatever, and keep allowing that. When I say, you know, to support them, because we can support them all day, but if they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, then that's when you got to put your foot down and be like, okay, you're gonna do what you want. Okay, it's time for you to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's where it gets tricky. Even though we don't want to kick our kids out, you know, or whatever, you know, but.
For me,
Being supportive doesn't look like not having boundaries. You still can have boundaries and limitations and expectations. Being supportive is being there. Like, I don't live with my daughter, but she's 25 years old. Call me 7 o'clock in the morning, boo, crying with her 2 kids. I said, what the hell is wrong? She said, how did you do it with 5 of us? I can't do this, mama. I was like, what happened? I'm like, you know, first of all, what you need to do is wake up 45 minutes before the whole house. And take some time for yourself. That's your problem. But the fact that she felt comfortable to call me and talk to me about these things, you know what I'm saying? Again, I worked at a community health center. Like, literally, I was the condom lady. They called me the condom lady. I would bring paper lunch bags, you know, a brown paper bag full of condoms, put them in my bathroom, and tell the kids, there's there. If it's empty, I'm just going to refill it. I don't care who take it. I don't care if y'all just blow them up and throw them around the yard. You know, take them, pass them around, phone a friend, pass it to a friend. And I have taken multiple of my daughter's friends to get STD checks and stuff like that. So there has to be some kind of a limit. And then my daughter always knows too. She will call me and she'll be like, Mama, I need to talk to you as a friend, not my mother. Because if you talk to me as your mother, I'm going to talk to you different. If you're talking to me as a grown-ass woman, as my friend, I'm going to put my friend hat on. Because as your mother, I want to punch your husband in the face sometimes. Right. But as your friend, I'm going to be supportive and be there for you. But as your mother, I still want to punch your husband in the face sometimes. You feel me? So my kids have that differentiation, and I'm able to take that hat off sometimes very grudgingly. But because I did not have that, I was by myself raising my babies. Exactly. The only person I had was the man who was semi-abusing me. So I didn't have no one to turn to. So I tried to make sure to be the mother to my kids that I never had.
Christina, I just want to comment. She said that, I don't know, I didn't agree with Stephanie and the boys not getting to talk. She didn't say that. They definitely get to talk. Stephanie's a hard ass, and Stephanie is in their ass. Trust and believe. What she was saying was that she wasn't able to comment on the fact that for the people that have had the issues with the son. She said she hasn't had those like conversations. She definitely talks to them and tells them, what's right and what's wrong, and like what you don't want to do. She definitely has the same talks that she was having with her girls. She wasn't saying that she wasn't, talking to them like she was just letting them run free and wild. No, she wasn't saying that. She was just saying that she couldn't comment on, the fact of the same issues that everybody else was having with boys. That's all. But trust me, she's talking to them. She's definitely talking to them.
I wish that Stephanie could come in here, because she had a lot of energy for me. I wanted to unpack that, because even when I went live, I was like, somebody tell Stephanie to come in here, because it's not that I'm being disrespectful. It's just I'm calling out what I'm seeing. If I feel the energy and I feel like your energy towards your daughters is stronger than your energy towards your sons, I even see it translate in how she communicated with the women on the panel as opposed to the men on the panel. I saw the shift. Okay. And so safe place right now. Yes, it's safe in here, Corey. So I saw the shift, and so in me seeing even the inflection in her tone when it came to how she spoke to her daughter, there was a sense of like not like a disdain for her daughter because of whatever conversations that she's had with her daughters, whatever misunderstandings, whatever arguments that they've had, and for her sons because it's not the same thing. There's a softness when she spoke on her sons.
Well,
And so I'm like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand. I definitely understand.
what is
But
that?
what,
Because
when
at the
she
end
was
of the
talking
day,
aggressively, it wasn't directed at anyone in particular. She was just talking, and she was passionate about what she was saying. At that point, she wasn't talking to anyone specifically. It's when later, I think it got more, heated or whatever. But I'm gonna see if she could come up here so she can. I don't want. I hate talking for somebody. Like I'd rather
I
her.
know that she made statements, and I know that I know she was referencing someone when she was talking. And I don't have no smoke with her.
Oh no, I know.
I just peeped in conversation that there was there was more aggression when it came to her daughters than it was with her sons. And there was more protection that she gave to her sons. And I'm
because her daughters were out there like that. Her sons weren't. So she did. She had to be.
Where her daughters learn it from. Where her daughters learn that from. They learned it from somewhere. They seen it from somebody.
And maybe they did learn it from her. But what does that matter? She's just trying to teach them something different. You got to break the cycle somewhere.
I just want to say real quick, y'all, I got to go braid a head of hair. It was wonderful to be on the panel with you. Thank you for having me up. I'm following you.
Nice meeting
on the
you.
panel. Y'all made my stomach hurt laughing, so I appreciate it. And listen, let's us as women remember to give these girls some grace because we fucked up too. We made a lot of mistakes too. Let's just remember to give these babies some grace, okay? Because we fell for the same shit years ago. These boys still using the same lines to get into their drawers. So let's just give these babies a little bit of grace, huh? And y'all have a blessed day. I'm about to go downstairs and make this money.
Bye.
Bye. Blessings.
Make sure you stick around. So what I was saying was, it's not that I understand that you have to break a cycle at some point. I'm aware that, you learn from your mistakes. However, there is still a level of protection that she has more for her sons than she displayed with her daughters based off of what she said to us. I don't know.
It's protection. What do you mean as far as protection?
So she spoke on the protection that she gave her sons after there was a person named Clout Chaser asked them about their sons. She then spoke to her sons and said that she protects her sons and her sons don't go outside because of the climate that we're in, blah, 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 blah. When it came to her daughters, she was more like, they out there, they do whatever the hell they want, blah, blah, blah. She can't be in my house. I kicked her out, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, so why didn't you have that same level of protection and boundaries?
Okay, I know she didn't definitely say that because she's never kicked her kids out, but I understand, you're generalizing, or whatever, but she never kicked any of her kids out.
Who said that they had some kids and they can't stay in the house with her?
Oh, somebody else said that. Oh, no. Somebody else said that. She didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm going to get her up here, though. I'm trying to see if she could,
But yeah, so it's like, I thought that she had the girl earlier, not Steph. Okay. Because I'm like, it was two people that was talking, and somebody said that they would kick their kid out. Oh, it was a lady before that.
Remember, yeah. Somebody did say that.
The dark skinned woman said, what? No. It was Nina that said that. Nina said that she kicked her kids out. She kicked her daughter out because she felt like her daughter was disrespectful, whatever the case may be, disrespecting her home and had kids young or whatever. And then that's when Steph was like, I'm being disrespectful because I called out the fact that you can't get mad at your child for doing the exact same thing that you were doing. Like, you disrespected your mother's household, and in return, you had a child who disrespected your household, but then you're claiming that she's bringing in dangerous people into the house. For me, I can't judge it, but it also didn't make sense to me. I felt like that was an excuse. Because the reality is, who's to say that your mom didn't feel the same way, that you were bringing dangerous people into her home, that you was fucking
Right. Yeah. So the other lady was saying that. Right. Right. Okay.
And so we just were having a conversation about, what it looks like to be a young mother, and why is it that the boys aren't held to the same standard when it comes to getting these girls pregnant? And why is it that, when we're having these conversations, there is always this aggression or disdain for the girls who are doing whatever the action is, instead of the amount of grace that they give their sons. Because in reality, they feel like their sons are easier. They give their sons way more grace than they give their daughters. And they see a reflection of themselves in their daughters.
It's true. And I'm not. I may be guilty of it as well. My son, but my son is a mama's boy, so I can't. But my girls, their mouth was reckless. They were wilding out. You know what I'm saying? So I did have to treat them a little bit differently than I treated my son. I did. It's just the way it is. Do I love any one of them, or protect any of them more than the other? No. I've actually done more for my girls than I ever did for my son, and my son always says that. He'd be like, "Oh, you so hard on me," or whatever, and my girl said the exact opposite. But that's a whole another story in itself. So I get what you're saying. I do, but it's just the way. I think everybody's situation is different at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody, the way people were raised, the way things are done.
For those of y'all who are coming into the room, make sure y'all tap the screen, share the live, gift the piano.
Hello, I'm back, y'all. Can I say something too? Another thing.
Coming from okay.
Y'all know I've been busy. I've been drinking. No, I haven't, but I wish I was. That's so mean. All right, I'm back. All right, y'all. Another thing, I know we didn't kind of veered off into all this rah-rah about, people, kids, and all that. Y'all know y'all get up here. But I wanted to say something too. People be hard on their daughters sometimes, and their daughters don't even be preferring a man. So you on your daughter heels real bad, and your baby don't even want to be with a man. So like, what's tea? And then too, I wanted to also bring up another thing. Some of y'all be looking a mess, okay? At the gender reveals, a hot mess, screaming at the top of your lungs like a wild bitch, looking like a fool, hollering because you find out that you having a daughter. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I get down. I'm sorry. My mama love me though. That's all that matters. I just feel like the way that some of these women be acting like I'm having a daughter, I hate life. Girl, get a grip.
Nah, but you're not wrong. Like, respectfully, I really agree with what you just said, because I was gonna say I don't really know too much about
on the panel. What's going on?
Corey, I've been on this panel. Corey,
Hey everybody, I'm Corey.
Hey Corey, but you gonna have to wait, baby, because I've been trying to say my piece around all these ladies for 2 hours. I've been sitting up here quiet on this.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go ahead.
Hold on, ma'am. It's my mama.
I'm just respectful. My fault.
I'm just playing. But why is this fool fist pumping in the air? I can't stand it.
I love you too.
So coming
From the piano.
Love you, Bookie. Coming from a household, being the youngest child, the only girl, have 3 older brothers, and I was mistreated because girls were fast. That's what we, in the family, that's what they were saying. Girls were fast. Girls, there was a double standard. And so my mother said that I had to be in the house an hour before my brother. And so my daddy did it different. He said, well, because of the neighborhood we live in, he got to walk my daughter home, referring to my brother. So my daddy spun it back. Everybody got to be in this house at the same time. So when I raise my kids, I have 2 girls and 4 boys. I absolutely do my best to treat my sons horrible. No, I don't. But I try not to. I never wanted. My brothers are mama's boys, and my oldest son tried so hard to be a mama's boy, and I push him away sometimes. He's like, "Mama, you don't love me." Da, da, da. It's because I didn't want to coddle him. I didn't want to make him a mama's boy. I'm real hard on him. He's the second oldest, but he's my oldest boy. I don't agree with
if the boy got to be in the house, if the girl got to be in the house when the street lights come on, that boy got to be in the house when the street lights come on. If that boy can't have company, if that girl can't have company of the opposite sex, so neither can my son. What y'all upstairs for? Y'all cleaning the bathroom? Y'all putting linen away? What is y'all doing? Come downstairs. Matter of fact, go in the kitchen and cook something. Go in the kitchen and cook something. Because ain't nobody going upstairs. Anybody go get any pleasure downstairs in their panty area, their underwear area, is going to be the person paying the bills in here, and that's me. And a reason, I forgot who said it, but they were talking about how the girls was acting because they seen their mama do. Being a mother and you're not married to that child's father, you have to be careful about who you bring around your children. Because if your sons keep on seeing your kids, period, if they keep on seeing you change partners every time you change your underwear, or you change your partners more than you change your toothbrush, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna think that behavior is okay. And that whole double standard, oh my God, I can't stand it. My girls got the same rules that my boys got. I do kind of help my son a little bit more, and that's because number one, my daughter's married. Who? See, here come my daughter right now calling me. My daughter don't need me as much because she's married. Her husband has a good job. My son is in college, so I give him a little. Like my baby daddy kids being loud. So my son that's in college, he needs mommy a little bit more because he's on a football scholarship, so he can't work as often. So, but some people may say, "Oh, you doing more for him than you doing for..." No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't piss me off. See, I don't even like kids. Fuck them kids. Equally, boys and girls alike. That we got y'all black in the black community. We got this bad habit of when your child turn 18, they gotta get out your house. We are not all of us, cause I'm that one that, baby, you can stay here until you need to be gone. But in the process of you staying here, let's get a game plan on how long you're gonna be here. What are you doing to get out of here? This type stuff. We are the worst culture of parents. Think about when we were 18. Were you ready to be out paying all these bills? Think about the economy now. Were we ready to be out to be in the real world paying $2,000 on rent, depending on where you live at, get a little bit cheaper, to live in a decent neighborhood and pay all those bills, pay the car note, buy groceries, pay life insurance, car insurance, at 18, you wasn't. So why are we throwing our kids out to the wolves and then getting mad when our daughters go out there getting sugar daddies? Why are you with that old man? That old man taking care of her like you should have been doing. Stop kicking them. We gotta stop kicking our kids out the house at a certain age, and then back to that point, we're kicking. The kids are being kicked out because they mouthy, they this, they that. How did that girl hear you talk to her daddy or the men that you had in your life? That's what she think is cute and it's right. So if she mouthy, she gonna mouth. If they learned it from some. It's learned behavior. They gonna learn it from somewhere. I have a church member that put her daughter out on her graduation day. She went out there and found her a sugar daddy. She was underlined by her sugar daddy in 6 months. Stop kicking your daughters out. Stop kicking them out. Stop kicking your children out, period. Girls and boys, stop kicking your children out. Give them a game plan. You graduate this time. Are you going to go to college? I don't agree with the military, but some people do. The military, or you going to get your trade? Which one are you going to do? Okay, so now, if you are not the parent that can buy your child a vehicle, give them a game plan how to help them get a vehicle, so that when they do get out your house, they don't have a car note plus bills. We gotta learn how to give our child financial stability, financial education, because they're not really teaching that in school. We gotta teach our kids how to balance a bank account, because people really don't write checks no more. But we got to teach them how to be financially stable instead of just throwing our kids out there. Every other culture that I have really seen keep their kids until they're married. But we're kicking our kids out and wondering why they out there selling coochie, drugs, and dinners out of the shot house.
Okay. Corey and then Alicia. Y'all welcome in. Welcome to the garden. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen. Share it live. Welcome to the garden where we put that shit on the flow and we leave our feelings at the door. My name is Roseanne. I'm so grateful to be in this space with you. I'm not responsible for my hood therapist saying the comments and what they do on the panel. Viewer discretion is advised. Make sure that y'all are tapping the screen. Help me hit my gift goal. Ain't nobody unlocked the gift goal. Hit that. Thank you. Make sure you're supporting the panel as well. If you're enjoying the conversation, make sure you send a gift to them. Support them too. Send them a gift. Make sure you hit that follow button. Follow everybody. Grab you a friend. Whoever you see in the top 5 of the gifters at the top, and you hit the number. Follow them. Give them a follow. You might as well. Go ahead, Corey. Thank you.
All right, so keep in mind that I'm just a man, so I'm not really good at hitting points and stuff like that, right? But I do want to start off by saying thank you all for the space, you get what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all welcoming me here, right? But through listening, I can agree with a lot of different points. Like, there is a lot of projection in our culture, right? And I think that's where I'm gonna start. There's a lot of projection in our culture. To where, like, I see it a lot of times. Just now, keep in mind, I'm a man, so like I don't see the shit that men do, right? So like that glazes over in my eyes, right? Respectfully, just innately. But I'll see a lot of times like women will project things like, oh well, that little bitch had attitude. And it's like, that's crazy as fuck. Like, and I'm speaking specifically from my perspective, I guess, with my kid's mom, right? And this is no complaint on her because I do have a great kid's mom. But like, it'll be little things like that little bitch had attitude. And it's like, that's crazy as fuck that you can't see like your kid is genuinely you. You know what I'm saying? Your kid is genuinely me. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't have attitude, they do developmentally appropriate behaviors. You get what I'm saying? And if we're talking about modeling behaviors or things of that nature, like showing them what to do, what not to do, I think that we also need to pay attention to the fact of like our children can model and teach us different things. Like, our children are perfect reflections of ourselves. So whether or not we want to see the ain't shit side of ourselves, the good in ourselves, whatever, like, in looking at your children, you can see a lot. You get what I'm saying? And that's like literally my take from as a dad. But a lot of times we'll also see, like, I guess I see that a lot of times boys are infantilized or like coddled. You get what I'm saying? And I can understand that, you know, a kid being in college, blah blah blah. And I'm not talking specifically at you, Miss Stephanie. I think that's who that was, or it was Blissful, whoever was in that box. But yeah, I'm not talking specifically at you, but just using you as an example of like when you were talking, you were saying that boy need his mommy. You get what I'm saying? I understand that children a lot of times they do need to be led. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I think that it's a disservice that we do in our community, especially, that will infantilize little boys and then like put hella pressure on little girls. You get what I'm saying? To where they can't do no wrong, or else they're being super scrutinized, like, oh, well, that bitch active, this, that, the third. And like, once again, we're calling our kids about their names, you get what I'm saying? And like putting fully developed, full grown emotions on them that they're not even in the capacity to understand. You get what I'm saying? Like, adolescence, as was explained to a lot of people on TikTok recently, goes all the way to the age of 25. You get what I'm saying? So like, if we're taking our young girls, let's say 19 to 23, and expecting them to be where we are, in standing in like culture, community, and development, I think that's like a trash ass service that we do. One thing that I think that we could probably correct is
Stephanie.
Hey, Miss Stephanie. You know, one thing that I think that we could probably correct is like that we could take note from other cultures, and that they don't kick their kids out at early ages. You get what I'm saying? They give them the grace to still develop to, let's say, age 25, 28, 27 to go taking on partners and stuff like that. And I mean, regardless of gender, whether it's boy or girl, because a lot of times we'll be like, oh, well, my daughter could stay in this house until, you know what I'm saying, till she had kids of her own, but we don't do that same thing with boys. You know what I'm saying?
Can I respond to that, Zay? I'm on lunch, finally.
Sure, absolutely.
Is that the Stephanie from the morning show?
Yes.
Well, Stephanie, you was real bold. I'm going to get to you in just a second. But to Corey, and welcome, Stephanie. Sorry, I don't want to be rude. For Corey, let me tell you something. That's a damn lie. Majority of boys can always come back home because a lot of these women are looking for their sons to be their man. Okay? They're living through them vicariously, so that's not the truth. We heard a bunch of women today live vicariously.
Miss Alex, you remember where I didn't interrupt you, right? Like I truthfully told I had good points to go to what you had said. You get what I'm saying?
You can interrupt me.
No. It wouldn't be me interrupting you. You kind of cut in talking about, can you respond to that? And I wasn't quite done. I was going to address something that you had said.
I thought you was done. Go ahead, Corey.
No, ma'am. So a lot of the times, like you said, women do look towards, but see, I'm not trying to criticize women, truth be told, because this is a black women's safe space, you get what I'm saying? And I just be misogynist coming at y'all, right? But like a lot of times women do make space for their men to be for their kids to be their men. And I think that's another disservice that we do to ourselves. But I mean, like I said, that's not my place to criticize y'all. So all I can give is from a men's perspective. So I don't disagree with you on that that boys can come back home because they mommy make a little space for them, you know what I'm saying? This, that, the third. But at the same time, I think that, like I said, it's not my place to discourage you.
On Irvington Avenue for 1 mile.
Go ahead, Miss Alex. Go ahead.
All right. I get that. I just like I said, in most cases, I don't see it being like that. Like, I feel like these women will give their last breath to make sure their son is good and say fuck their daughters. Like, that's a fact. Like, we see it all the time, and a lot of it's because of internalized misogyny. A lot of black women, can you go? You holding up traffic, nigga, go. Look at you. Go back. At the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to these conversations, they're intellectually dishonest, and that's just a fact. Like, a lot of people are loving their daughter, raise their daughters and love their sons, and that's just what it is. And to Stephanie, I don't appreciate the way that you came up today and you try to be like, oh, well, my sons aren't doing XYZ because they're so innocent and they're nerdy. My ex was a nerd and he was bending my ass over and hunching on me every chance he got because his parents didn't really believe he was doing anything. It's kind of like you. And that's the thing. So I'm not trying to be rude, but y'all idea of y'all sons not doing shit and y'all sons be the main one putting, hold on. Y'all sons be the main ones putting us through the mattresses while y'all demonize y'all daughters for doing the same shit that y'all did. Zay made a great point. It was a bunch of single mothers on the panel today demonizing younger women, but y'all was having sex at a young age and letting piss pop poor men get y'all pregnant. So I'm just a little confused why we was trying to punch down on younger women, but y'all wasn't even educated enough, respectfully, and I understand why y'all wasn't, so I'm not completely upset at you or here to judge you, but y'all didn't even have enough intellect to not get pregnant by busters. So I'm trying to understand.
This is where
hold on, I'm not done. I'm gonna let you get your big one off because I don't get offended easily. At the end of the day, I don't like to use like, y'all young folks don't listen to this. The pregnancy rate has went down for our generation. Y'all generation and other generations refuse to stop having kids. So I'm a little confused why we being thrown into the mix of this conversation when we have enough education to not have kids because we are. My generation did their big one, in my opinion. So I'm a little confused why y'all was being disrespectful about younger people.
Are you ready for me to address you, or are you finished?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, I don't take anything offensive anyway because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't walk my walk of life and I don't walk yours. Like I said before, I don't put my sons on a pedestal and I don't put my daughters on a pedestal. I treat my kids, all 7 of them, as equal as possible. To be honest, I'm more afraid of my sons being out here than I am of my daughters being out here because of the way the world is today. So with that being said, everything that you said about me is false, and everything that you heard, you only heard what you wanted to hear. So when it comes to my sons, yes, I can say what my sons is not doing and what my sons is doing because I can speak on it because I am their mother. You cannot tell me what my sons is doing, and you can't get offended because I'm defending the fact that my sons are not over here bending anybody over. And then you said about me and us, my generation, having children early. Yeah, we probably did. We had our children. We had our children early. Yes, we did. But at the same time, we are still trying to teach our children and our young women that it's okay not to do and follow the same mistakes that we have done. Your destination will be on the left. So I was never disagreeing with anybody. The only thing that I said was the lack of respect that I saw towards an elderly woman when you guys say you want respect. I teach women all day, every day. I take care of people every single day of my life. That is my job. I am a nurturer. One thing that I do not do is sit there and cast stones at anybody. I don't know what you do in your life, and I don't know what you've been through in your life. And maybe that is the reason why you are so kind of angry, because you get on and you're kind of rude to everybody, and then you say you're not trying to be rude, but when you're saying that, you are being rude. I don't know what you've been through in your life.
I don't really take advice from lighter skinned women telling me that I'm angry and aggressive because your sentiments are probably rooted in colorism. Don't
now,
piss me off, Stephanie. I'm not in the mood. You sure as hell ain't dark skin. We know that much.
It doesn't, but
so don't piss me off. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Stephanie, wrap it up. I'm tired of you talking already. Wrap it up.
Again,
you're disrespectful. Do not call me aggressive. Now you pissing me off.
Ignorant, and you need to grow up. And this is what I'm saying.
I won't.
I know. I can tell, and I can understand where you're coming from. It's
you
okay.
need to grow up.
No, I'm married to my husband, sweetheart, with 7 kids.
Congratulations. I said what I said.
7 kids, sweetheart. And what you're saying stands for nothing.
Don't try to call me aggressive or angry. I will not hear you out.
And you sound so rude and disrespectful. You want to cut everybody off.
And I'm going to keep being disrespectful. I don't care.
I don't care. At all. And that's the problem.
Y'all think I care?
You don't care. No, you don't care. Maybe you should care, and maybe if you cared a little bit more, you will be able to understand what people are saying instead of being ignorant, young lady.
When you figure out why your kids keep having a bunch of kids and you're a grandmother already, then we can have a conversation.
And that's the whole thing.
Outside of that, I really don't give a damn about what you're talking about.
Man, I don't give a damn about.
I'm matching your energy because I didn't even yell at you or disrespect you.
I'm
not a girl. I'm a woman. Let's start there.
In a different kind of way. You think because you're saying a different kind of way, you're not.
I don't care.
You're not being disrespectful, but you are.
I don't care.
The light skin thing, okay. That right there shows me your age, and that shows me how ignorant you really truly are. I got on to talk about a topic that I feel that we all should have something to say, no matter what color, race you are, no matter what your skin tone is. None of that matters. What matters is that we're trying to bring awareness to each other, but respectfully. And unfortunately, you don't know about respect.
Can you wrap it up?
No, you can wrap it up and you can dismiss yourself because you're the one being ignorant at this
point. It's 25 to drop.
Yeah, go ahead. Drop it. 25. Make money, honey.
See, you're talking about intellect
I'm gonna stay right
and disrespect, but you're not the brightest. You should be telling the host that.
It's okay. You need to grow up.
To the host.
You need to grow up. That's what needs to happen. You need to grow up.
You thought that I was going. You thought that I was going.
That just showed, like I said,
we got it, Stephanie.
My complexion of my skin
Stephanie,
really must bother you. My complexion of my skin bothers you.
We got it.
You mad, sweetheart?
We got it. You should be mad.
You mad. You mad. You're young, you're ignorant, and you're mad.
I want to speak. Is that okay, you guys?
We're 1 second.
Okay, that's fine. Get our minds together.
Welcome to the garden. Welcome to the garden where we put that shit on the floor and we leave our feelings at the door. My name is Rose. I'm so grateful to be in this space with you. I'm not responsible for what my hood therapist doing the comments or my hood therapist doing the panel. Viewer discretion is advised. Y'all make sure y'all tapping the screen, sharing the live. Okay, tap the screen, share the live. Make sure that you are gifting the panel. If you have a message that you would like to send and don't want everybody to know your name, you can send it to the Cash App for $5. We do have a drop policy that is enforced. We talking about young mothers. That's the topic today. We talking about young mothers. Now, it's a lot going on. I'm going to read the Cash App messages because they started flooding in as y'all were talking. Let me go to it. They started coming in like a flood. Okay. Okay, so one message says, for Steph, you didn't have that energy when you were on the morning show. Somebody said, Alex isn't being disrespectful. And someone else said, you're being disrespectful because you didn't say all that earlier. I think that was for Steph. Okay. Y'all can go ahead. I think Alicia wanted to speak. I'm gonna let Alex rebuttal.
Can I respond to her really quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Alex rebuttal, and then Alicia's gonna go. And
it is quite literally clown work that she just sat up here and acted like I was so rude to her. I simply expressed my disdain for the comments that she made earlier. A lot of y'all don't even understand. Even one of the things that I admit as myself is that I make there are times, that I make anti-black statements because we are all inherently anti-black and we are unlearning all of our isms. So how dare you sit up here as a lighter-skinned woman and want to convince me that maybe some of your sentiments are not rooted in your isms, which could be colorism. Your first go-to with me explaining things when I even wasn't yelling at you was to call me aggressive, which a lot of times is directly synonymous with dark-skinned women. So I don't understand why you would sit up here and play in my face. You can do it on the morning show, but you won't do it here. Okay? Then you talked about how amazing and wonderful your sons are, but how your daughters were pretty much a disgrace. You are a teen mom. You have a bunch of grandkids, and you're 46 years old, and you want to talk about disrespectful? No, what's disrespectful is your lack of parenting, which is why your kids don't take you serious enough to withhold having children at a certain age. Please stop addressing me, and then when I address you back, don't address me in a disrespectful manner, because when I address you back, now you want to act like a hit dog holler. I didn't come at you reckless. But since you want to take it there, let's go there. I don't respect any elders. One moment. I don't respect any older people that disrespects me. You know who I do respect? Diamond. Because the way that you just came at me, I would never come at her. The way that my mother respects me, I would never disrespect her. You're not going to get me to be respectful to you, and you talking to me all types of ways. I don't give a fuck that you laid on your back and was nasty enough to have a baby. You won't talk to me. All it means is that you're receptive enough to a nigga to fuck you. That doesn't actually mean that you're worthy of anything. Stop talking to me crazy just because y'all horny for niggas that don't give a fuck about y'all. And that's the end of that.
I think Sierra wants to go.
Damn.
Let me go after you. Let me go if I can.
Steph, they pay to drop you. It says, Steph, we love you. It says, Steph, for Steph, Alex, AJ loves you. So, Miss Steph, if you would like to say your final words, you can. It's 50 to bring her back up, y'all. Miss Steph.
Honestly, I don't think she even got us turned up. I think she turned us all the way down. Now she can't hear us. So I don't think she heard Alex.
So it's Alicia and then Sierra.
Yes. So let me, because I've been wanting to say something about this topic while y'all was talking about it before everything just went on. But I'm a first daughter to my mother. And of course, my mom had 3 boys following. And yes, the dynamic was definitely what you guys are explaining. Mom was definitely had her insecurities. She threw a lot of insecurities on her daughter, which is me, through a lot of jealousy, a lot of
abuse was in the situation. But I feel like mothers do definitely treat their daughters differently than their sons. And honestly, I have a son, my first baby, and I always said I was going to strive not to use the mother and daughter and son thing against my babies, and everybody's going to be treated equally. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to have my son not learning how to clean. I'm not going to have my son not able to learn how to do household activities, because sometimes our mothers just strictly put household activities on the daughters. And I feel like that's not our responsibilities. But not even that. I hate how mothers use their daughters to definitely watch the kids that they don't like to take care of and run the streets. A lot of parents, mothers, use daughters to watch the daughters, sons, or whoever is in the household to pretty much do what they want to do. I feel like the daughter shouldn't have the whole entire responsibility of a mother that pretty much fails to bring her responsibilities and actually come up to them, instead of just using the child as an excuse to pretty much just say that's her responsibility as far as taking care of chores and everything else. I feel like that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, if you have your kids, that's your responsibility to take care of your kids. Your child should not be able to watch your son or take your son to this football game, or just pretty much pick up your slack that you have definitely left on, especially if the father's not in the picture. Luckily, my father was in the picture, but my father was always working, so he was a provider. So I was the one pretty much being like Cinderella at home, constantly picking up everything, constantly using, doing everything. But I feel like when mothers do that to their daughters, it kind of leaves a path later on down the road, because not only that, now your daughter pretty much can be sneaky. You have her in the house at all times. I feel like pretty much using, keeping her in the house, you pretty much lead a sneaky child. So now you got issues with your daughter, and now you can't sit here and say your daughter's being smart, being ignorant towards you, because at the end of the day, have you took your time out to take time with your child to learn your daughter? But no, you're going to use your issues, your insecurity, your jealousness towards your child. And a lot of women had mothers before that too. Like my mom and her mom, she pretty much, they didn't like each other. Her mother treated her wrong. So that kind of passed down to me. So I feel like generational trauma passed down to parents, to another set of parents. Like me, I wouldn't do that, but that got passed down. So at the end of the day, how can I say, like, we got to really fix it with ourselves. I don't know why women look at their daughters as competition. Like, come on now. I feel like that's embarrassing, especially for Black women. I feel like a lot of Black women use their insecurity against their child. So that's pretty much what all I had to say. I put my input in, and I'm going to let somebody else have it.
Sierra, it's on you.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Steph is in the queue. Y'all, it's 50 to bring Steph back up. Go ahead, Sierra.
Because my AirPods be tripping sometimes. Okay. Something somebody said made me want to come up, because I had said something in the comments about the mother that was up here who said, "Are you talking to me as your mom, or are you talking to me as your friend?" And it really touched my heart, because I like to see mothers and daughters who have close knit relationships with their kids, and their kids are open to communicate with them about things, even if it's uncomfortable for them. I never had that. My mama, she used to make it very clear to me that I was not her friend. Like, that was something she would tell me all the time. And it's like, I'm not, I know that it's lines not to cross with you because you're my mama. I'm not expecting for you to be my friend, but like, I should feel comfortable talking to you and telling you things. And I never felt comfortable talking to her and telling her nothing. I went through a lot of traumatic things because my mama was obsessed with making sure that I did not repeat the cycle. I didn't repeat the cycle. I'm 27. I don't have any kids still. And I just think about what she went through. She had 3 kids by the time she was my age. And she had us young, like I think 18, 21, and 23. So she had, that's young to me. That's still young. So she didn't want to repeat the cycle, but it got to the point where like I was so traumatized. Like, it was a lot of stuff that I went through that she did to like literally make sure that I wasn't doing stuff. And so like our relationship was kind of rocky from the time I turned 12. Like, once I turned 12 and developed my hips and developed like, liking boys and things like that, immediately everything just went to shit. Excuse my language, but everything just went bad with our relationship. And it's been like that until I turned, I believe, like 20. I got physical with my mama. I'm ashamed of that. It's not something that I'm proud of. When I see people talk about that's your mother, you only get one and all of that stuff, I agree. But like, I felt like you only get one of me. Like, I didn't ask to be here. Like, you don't do the things that you did to me and think that I'm just supposed to accept it because you're my parent. So when we finally had our conversation, because we didn't talk for a long time after that happened, when we finally sat down and had our conversation, she tried to tell me, like, when you become a mother, you'll understand. And I told her I will never, ever understand any of the things that you did to me when I become a parent. It got to the point where I'm with my partner. I've been with him for a while. And I told him, like, I'm scared to have a girl because I don't want to repeat the cycle. Some mothers become so, like, obsessed with not being like their parent that they end up being like their parent, if not 10 times worse. And that's what happened to me. Right now, we fine. I had to look at her as a woman and not my mama. I was able to separate the fact that she is somebody. She's somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's friend. She's a woman at the end of the day. So I had to look at it from that standpoint and realize that she went through some things as well, but that did not give her the right to hurt me. And that's what I told her. Like, I'll never understand it, but you got to look at me as a woman. I'm more than just your daughter. I'm somebody. I'm me, and you didn't get the chance to get to know me. Like Alicia said, like, you really do have to get to know who your child is. If you don't know who your child is, like, that's going to, of course, you're going to start to wonder with what you think your child is going to be doing. So that was my story. It's a mess, but I love her. I'm glad that she was able to identify what she did wrong, and she's actually doing better. Now she thinks she's my friend for real, y'all. She be calling my phone, talking crazy, like talk about her little relationship stuff. I be like, ma'am, like, hold on, because what did you say? I wasn't your little friend. Now I'm your little friend. But that's all I wanted to say.
I thank you for sharing. Y'all, they put 10 on Steph coming back. So if y'all crowdfunded to bring Steph back, it's already 10 on her head.
She threw her husband in our face. So she threw her husband in our face because she's so elegantly married. He should send a 40.
Sierra, I wanted to say thank you for sharing that real quick.
Pop you.
I just wanted to say thank you to Sierra because, like, you didn't have to give that, but you definitely gave part of yourself. And, like, you could hear the emotion in your voice and whatnot. And that's not a dig at you or anything like that, but you just kept it real. I appreciate you.
So for those of y'all who are coming in, welcome to the garden where we put that shit on the flow and we leave our feelings at the door. It's a little spicy in here, okay? I'm not responsible for what my hood therapist say on the panel or what my hood therapist do in the comments. Viewer discretion is advised. Please make sure that you are gifting the entire panel as well as gifting me. Tap the screen, hashtag FYP in the chat. I do have a gift goal. If you would like to send a message, it is $5 to the CA. It's $25 to drop, $50 to bring them back up. I do have a Cash App message or two. And it says, Corey is trouble. Watch out for him.
Use my pronouns, but thanks.
Corey ain't did nothing. Y'all leave Corey alone.
The second message says, Alex always talking about, wait, they trying to abbreviate it. Alex always talking about colorism, but no one disrespected her. She was disrespectful.
Thank you for gifting a black woman $5, even though you could have put 5 on pump too. Rose, thank you so much for reading that. Appreciate you.
Right? And just so that y'all know, it's not Corey the trucker, it's Corey the cowboy. Thank you.
You better specify that, bro, baby. You better specify who you is.
Go ahead, Nerdy.
Oh my goodness. I was trying so hard to get in that show, but nobody was gonna let us up, honestly. They wanted, goddamn, we were all in jail. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, Stephanie, I don't know what's going on with her, but she makes my ass itch. Okay? At first, when she got onto that panel, she had so much to say about the younger generation, how we disrespectful, how we might be mouthing out, and we don't want to listen and all that. But when QL came up there, now QL was giving her one. All of a sudden she was silent. Now she's backtracking. Now she's trying to cover herself. But when Alex said something, now all of a sudden, oh, we have a problem. That makes no sense. Second off, for the past couple of days on that show, on the Diamond Show, all them older people, they were going back and forth with each other, cursing each other out. Shoot. I love my mama. She be listening to this sometimes. She be wondering how old these people are. Yes, these people are all cursing each other, are calling them bees and stuff. But anyways, my thing is that as me, I used to be a former vice president of the anime club in high school.
Okay.
Them nerds are freakies.
They just paid to bring stuff back up. They said y'all talking about old people. They say y'all talking about old people, and old people just spend their money.
But my thing is that they talk about us first. That's the crazy part. But then it's like they cry about us, talking about them, but they the one who talk about us the most, and that's the crazy part.
What else I find crazy to that, they also did what they did in their ages. So I feel like, why are y'all gonna judge this generation when y'all did half the stuff that y'all did back in y'all day? Come on. And
we are the generation that got less teen pregnancy.
And then honestly, if y'all had cameras and social media and everything back in the day, y'all would be exposed for half of it. Look at Freaknik. Come on now. If y'all would be on Facebook right now, y'all would be embarrassed.
Exactly.
Rose made that point earlier, y'all, though. That's the thing. Is that they said a lot of them are single mothers. They were teen moms on the panel, and then turned around and tried to demonize younger generations. That doesn't make sense. Right. And again, I specify that I don't think that I'm better than anybody that has children. I don't. I think children are a beautiful thing. It's just not my time yet. However, you're not going to turn around and say things like, oh, well, you ain't got no kids, so you don't know. You think because you some type of incubator that makes you better than somebody? All it means is that you're capable of having a baby. That doesn't give you type of brownie points because you let a man nut in you. That's simple. That's very simple behavior. What does make you a great parent, though, right, is being able to bring kids into the world that not only you can afford, but the children that are able to retain information and actually look at you as a go-to for knowledge. Some of y'all kids don't actually give a damn about you. They only listen to me out of fear. But the beauty of it is that my mother has 6 kids, not a bunch of grandkids, and we all respect her. So I'm not really trying to hear about this rah-rah about younger people are disrespectful. I don't take a lot of these people serious. Zay, now I'm talking to you directly. I don't take a lot of these people serious because I talk back to my mother, okay? I talk back to my grandmother. I talk back to elders. And you want to know why I do? Because I'm a human being, and I have feelings and emotions. And a lot of these black people in our community feel like you can't tell them nothing wrong. My mother's feelings are valid. When she tired of me, she got a right to be pissed off with me as her child. And my feelings are valid as well because we're humans and we have emotions. So I don't give a damn about this. You respect your elders even though your elders treat you like complete shit. You live your life like that and let your children grow up with misery, it won't be me and my mother. Shout out to my best friend, MOM.
I want to finish off. Hello? I want to finish off before anybody starts.
Let me let Stephanie go.